going to leave you ever again.
Welcome home, darling. Welcome home. The only trouble with having so much time on my hands is that I begin to brood, and brooding is not good for the soul. I go down to the bookstore and I'd stack up some mail and... hey, you know the desk clerk, you know, from the inn?
Robert?
Yeah, Robert, yes. And he saw me opening up the door one day, and he came running across the square, and he bought one of those, you know, postcards. Here, look in my pocket. Really, I'm serious. Look in my pocket. There, the proceeds for the week.
That's it?
That's it.
That giant nickel?
Yes. Industry marches on. I hate that bookstore without you.
I hoped you would.
I was in there moving a carton of books around, and all of a sudden I had sort of a, a daydream. I dreamt a customer came in. The customer was you.
I was exquisite.
Now be serious, will you? Matter of fact, you were really exquisite. But you didn't know me. You didn't know anyone. You were a stranger in town.
Was I friendly?
Well, I couldn't tell. Right away, that is. What you wanted to know is if I had any books on the rehabilitation of prisoners. I said, yes, I had a whole shelf on the subject. All written by the same author, Carson.
That'll always be with you, won't it?
No. Haven't thought about those years in a long, long time. But please, Connie, no more trips.
It's a deal.
Matthew take the trip?
He took it like a veteran. Give me one of those.
He loved it.
Well, I tell you, I was a little worried about it.
Well,
Late.
fog at the airport as usual.
Well, how is she, huh? How is she?
Rachel, oh, she's just doing wonderfully. Let's see. So wonderfully, I don't even know where to begin.
Well, I talked to Dr. Bartlett on the phone this morning, and he told me we had every reason to be more optimistic than the last time we talked.
He certainly ought to be, from what Connie told me.
She called me Mrs. Carson as soon as I walked in the room. And began asking where Matthew was. I thought I'd better not take him to the second visit.
When she saw him, was she upset?
Oh, yes, a little, at first. And then old Mr. Matthew held out his arms for her to take him.
So you made the day, huh, little tiger?
He should be sleepy. He's up so late.
Yeah. I think
Right, Matthew?
Let me tuck you in, little fella. Come on, up we go. There we are. I think I better change him, too.
Well, you were right, Mike. Did me a lot of good to go down there and see her doing so well.
I'm glad.
You know, she's taking classes, working with her hands. Oh, that reminds me. Made by Rachel for you, with love. It's the pup, the one you gave her.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, she wanted to know all about you. How you looked, what you said, if you had a new girlfriend. I think you should try to get down there maybe this weekend.
Well, I'll write her a thank you note when I get home. Connie, listen, I think it'd be a good idea when she gets out of the sanitarium if she could... Well, I'd like to see her in a good school with people her own age and a chance to mix and have dates and everything. I'd like to see her forget everything that happened to her up here. Well, I think that would be best for her, don't you?
Would that be best for you, Mike?
Yes, it would.
As a present to my daughter and her husband, I've decided to go along with you.
How do I know you haven't gone to the police?
Oh, come off it, will you, Les?
I wouldn't put anything past you, Eddie.
Then why are you doing business with me? I know, because I'm your only chance just like you're mine, huh? But anyway, I wouldn't ever never go to the police. They wouldn't pass out anything but gratitude and appreciation for what I know about you. No, if I were going to blow the whistle on you, I'd go to old man Peyton. He'd change his will in 10 minutes, and you'd be out in the cold, and I'd be a few $1,000s richer.
It's all I could get right now. $4,000 in small bills. I'll give you 4 more later.
Well, that'll take care of my Christmas shopping. Now let's talk about a pension for the kids.
There's nothing to talk about. I told you you'd be taken care of, and I told you that I'm the administrator of the old man's will.
If he doesn't change it, and if Mrs. Cord changes her name back to Mrs. Rodney Harrington.
You let me take care of that. Now, let's get out of here. The night watchman's due any minute.
But what about a pension for Mr. and Mrs. Norman Harrington and baby?
I told you.
I don't care what you told me or what you promised me. I don't care about that. We're not talking about 100 yards of blue cotton cloth. Now, if you want to wake up some morning and become the administrator or whatever you call them of all those millions, you better just pull up a Cracker Barrel and help me figure out a way to take care of those kids.
You'll just have to take my word for it. It's that simple.
There's got to be another way.
You don't know what you're talking about. I could give you a piece of paper that says that when I'm the administrator of the Peyton estate, I promise to give you 10% of the income, which would be about as legal as Confederate money.
A third, Les. Peyton's got 3 grandchildren. My daughter's married to one. So Rita and her husband get a third.
This is a ridiculous conversation. 10%, 1/3. It doesn't mean a thing unless we move quickly.
Will you calm down?
Leave that stuff alone.
Now, just a minute. I almost got it licked.
We've got to get out of here before the watchman comes.
It's all over but the shouting. Now, listen to this. For services to be rendered, I promise to pay Eddie Jacks $50,000. And I put the date at the top, and there's a place for you to sign at the bottom.
You're out of your mind.
Well, have you got a better idea? I mean, besides my trusting you?
Do you think I'm going to spend the rest of my life worrying about you using that to send me to prison?
Well, I wouldn't use this to send you to prison. Not in a million years. Why should I? You're going to be the administrator of the estate. And I'm going to need you sitting behind a big desk smoking a great big fat cigar to make sure that I get my share. You won't do me any good in prison. And besides, it's got my name on it, too. It's going to send us both away. Not just you. Now, I've done a lot of funny things in my life. But I've never done anything goofy like turning myself in. So, you just better sign this right now because that watchman's going to be coming in any minute.
If you'll get caught.
Now, if I get caught, then you get caught too, buddy.
No.
Now, what do you think? That I'm going to do all the dirty work and you're just going to sit back and cheer me on? You know, you're going to root for me to make a touchdown, and when I get smeared, you're going to just crawl back into that nice, great, big, fat bed and forget about it? Oh, no. But don't you worry, Les. I'm not going to let myself get caught just for the fun of knowing that you'll get tagged, too. All I want this piece of paper for is to make sure, after it's over, that I can get you on the telephone. You know what I mean? Now, this is the most important thing in the world to me. It's my only chance, my last chance, and I know it. I want to just like myself a little bit before I die. And this... What am I doing? Why am I begging you? You came to me. You said you were desperate. And here I am. Never had blood on my hands before, never. And you...
Give it to me. I'll sign it.
Just one thing more.
Let's go. Give it to me.
I want to hear you say it. I want to hear you tell me what you want me to do.
Don't be a fool. You know what I'm talking about.
Go on, say it. It won't burn your mouth. Say it.
I want Peyton dead. I want him dead.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
She went back to Rodney because that's where the money will be. What's the difference in what she's doing now and what I used to do?
There's nothing Martin Peyton ever does that Lee Weber doesn't consider himself a part of. Get to Weber, Eddie. I don't mean trust him, I mean use him.
If you two had been making it all the way, your marriage could survive 100 Adrians. You better make a decision, Betty. You better let one of us off the hook.